Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, Warrior Within, and The Two Thrones. These three Prince of Persia games made up the original trilogy on home consoles, and seemingly at random, Gameloft has chosen to port Warrior Within over to the App Store. While sometimes considered the weakest of the series, Warrior Within did improve the combat system, which allowed for a variety of fighting styles, and of course, the platforming was still top-notch. These elements have been transferred pretty flawlessly, and the game is a lot of fun to play. The story follows a bitter and troubled prince on the run from a creature called the Dahaka, who, being a guardian of the Sands of Time, is after the prince's life when the prince released the sands in the first game. The prince then hatches a plan to journey back in time to the Island of Time in order to prevent the sands from ever being created in the first place, and in turn, the Dahaka will cease to exist. The fluid animations, the gameplay, even the CG cutscenes have been ported over successfully. Also, the controls aren't too cluttered either. There's a virtual stick and a series of context-sensitive buttons. It works well. While sword combos aren't as easy to pull off on a touchscreen, they're still there, and it's all very manageable. Obviously, the graphics aren't as good as they were on a PS2, visual effects have been toned down, environments aren't as detailed, and the polygon count on character models is significantly lower. However, it still looks great on an iPhone, and at a good frame rate as well. The game is very large though, and to compensate, there's a few areas where the game will stop to load an area. And while these loading times are very brief, they can happen in some bad areas, like in the middle of a jump. But this is really the first true console experience on the App Store. It took me about 10 to 15 hours to complete the story, and I felt pretty compelled to go back and find the secrets. It's quite an achievement to squeeze a full PS2 game on a device like this, but somehow they've made it work. I give it my full recommendation for any serious mobile gamers out there. It's definitely worth your $10. I'm gonna give this app 5 out of 5 stars.